play Sorry.
Hello, I am Steve Berg. I play Stew Merkel.
Paul, creator of the show.
Felicia Day, I play Elsa Rankfort.
And I'm Colton Dunn, and I play Captain Tucker.
Okay, well, my character was born in a place called the Badlands, which kind of represents the Midwest of America. And he grew up without parents. He was raised by robots. So his whole kind of like hook is that he does not like get along with people. So that's kind of his dynamic with the rest of the crew. So he's slowly like kind of getting more comfortable around it, but I think he's like, they're only going to abandon me or cheat or lie to me. So that his kind of background of not having parents or not having human friends kind of informs how he sees the rest of the crew. So
It's a mystery. She has amnesia. She has a lot of corrupted memory. So we don't know where she came from or who built the ship that these guys are on.
I'm from the richest family on Earth. Actually, they're kind of rulers of Earth. They bought Australia. You hear a lot about my details, but I have a lot of inadequacy issues because my brother was first. We were twins, and he was first. And so he's always the favored one. So I'm just always trying to overcompensate in life. And that's not like me at all.
Tucker is kind of a product of sort of that, everybody kind of telling their kids they can do anything they want if they just believe they can do it, which is not true. You can't do anything you want.
You tell
even
it to your 3-year-old?
Yeah, I do. I'm very clear with her.
Good.
And she's only 3. She doesn't quite get the concept.
Yeah.
But I'm very clear, like, just because you want to be able to do this, you're not going to be able to do it sometimes. Something you might not be able to pull off. And that's okay. You can move on to something else you might be good at. Well, Tucker hasn't done that. He very much wanted to be a space captain since he was a kid. And though every signpost in his life told him this was not a good idea, he continued to push on it. And look, he became a space captain. And now he's killing everybody.
Putting in the quarterback. Yeah.
Colin Campbell.
We're on defense. What are you doing?
We're flying blind here.
For me, what makes it fun is, we wanted to do something in the like sci-fi genre space just because that's something I love, and Felicia and I have played in that space a lot, obviously, with like stuff we did at Geek and Sundry.
He used to run my company, Geek and Sundry. I've known him forever, so.
Yeah, and so we wanted to tell a story that was like, because I'm a huge fan of these sort of like absurdist comedies as well, and so marrying that with genre in an audio format seemed really fun, especially when we discovered this idea of like, oh, let's just have them do like their logs, like you see in Star Trek, either your captain's log, science log, and then being very meta with a podcast within a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just the sort of the combination of those things, obviously there's other improvised narrative podcasts, but I think because of that, it really is so much dependent on what the cast brings, and I think these 4 are so immensely talented that they've turned into something really special and unique that you're not going to hear on most podcasts.
Yeah, and I'd also say that, for an improvised narrative podcast, this one is very well structured. When I came on, I was sent a lot of material about what happened before this podcast even begins. So Ryan's put a lot of thought into it, and he puts a lot of thought into all the stuff that we're doing. So although the dialogue is very improvised, and we're bouncing back and forth, and sometimes introducing concepts, that we've made up on the spot, sort of the whole storyline and the arc is all really well thought out. So the listener is going to get sort of that fun of that improvised energy that they get from improv, but they're also going to sort of get the satisfaction of a well thought out story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For sure.
I mean, I think we all drop like little hints here and there. There's way too many like boy band references, I think.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that has nothing to do with science.
Yeah.
We're also being referenced.
Yeah, Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we're not like parodying a specific show. We're just kind of like genre gumbo in a sense. So I think that like widens the appeal of the show. You don't really need to be like a hardcore Star Trek or Star Wars or Battlestar fan to really get. We're just kind of 4 goofballs falling traveling through space.
Yeah, the
which is really
personality
fun.
is very personality driven.
Personality
in
driven.
addition to having, again, as Colton was saying, a very tight structure. So
Like Farscape.
Yeah, like Farscape.
You okay.
Show where somewhere in the catchphrase it's about getting home.
Yeah.
This is a
Golden Girls, even. You'll
Golden
see
Girls.
Golden Girls references in there. Trust me, if you look hard enough.
you really got to look hard.
Yeah.
I'm a Blanche.
Yeah. Total Blanche.
Designing women.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
Oh.
big time.
Sex in the City.
Obviously.
a lot of those. influenced this.
With a touch of the wire.
Yeah. With just a little wire on
A
top.
little wire peppering it
I
in
like the
there.
good stuff from the
Oh,
wire.
definitely Breaking Bad.
Oh, wait.
Oh, Breaking It. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
Breaking
lots of
Bad.
drugs.
Taste of Price is Right.
Price is right. Something going wrong also feels right
Yeah.
in a terrible way.
That usually what happens. I just remember multiple times I said something so stupid that someone else would tangentialize and make really funny. That would make me look good. So that's like kind of one of the bonuses of working with like really funny, but also kind of trained improvisers that.
Colton does
We'll make
that the
anything work.
best. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, he's like,
Spin it into
what
gold.
did you say?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Of
we
course
know
you
how
did.
to
Yeah.
a deflibator. I mean,
Yeah.
he'll just do, like literally like anything
Right.
you say that's like even a mess up, he makes it into
Yeah.
like this gold pot of gold.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
And so it's
absolutely right.
reassuring. So you're, so willing to take a chance or say anything because one of these lovely people will turn it into gold.
There was never a moment where they just like completely blew up the story. Like, and that was something that I was kind of worried about at times. Like, oh, well, we have the structure, but like, what if it just goes this direction? And all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, now that character is dead or something, or
Right.
something else has changed, and then the whole thing is lost. But no, they think, I think, again, they stick to the sort of the rails, if you will. But
Yeah, I kind of feel like at worst we might jump ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like that was something that would happen is we would sort of advance the story too early
Yeah.
in moments because we were so enthusiastic and because we did know where it was going, which again is this sort of gift to have during improv. I just gave us like such a compliment. How gross. It's like saying, what's your worst quality? I work too hard in a job interview. I just love
job
to work.
interview
I just love to
question
work
ever.
I
so
work
What's your
hard.
weakness?
Yeah, I was dedicated.
Oh, that took a twist at the end. I was like, perfect for.
I think it's worth it. I think if they hurt
It's worth
themselves,
the
it's still
pain.
worth it
Absolutely.
because it's going to be
Sometimes you
so
gotta
funny,
believe,
you know.
If you're a welder, you might lose a limb.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Welding, maybe not.
Yeah.
Ryan Cobble built a perfect character for me, knowing me, which is almost a compliment, but also an insult, because she's such a know-it-all, run-on sentence, kind of neurotic weirdo. Like, I get it. That's my lane in life, and I'm always
And she
like,
stays
let
in
me-
it.
I know. I
stays
like,
in that
I
lane.
can't get off it. I'm on rails. I am on rails in life and as an actress. So. And then sometimes I'm like, why don't you challenge yourself? I'm like, why? This is so.
Nothing I make them do. If they choose to have it, that's all them.
I mean,
Didn't I do something like?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but
You made, like,
like
a
it
bay
wasn't
door.
helpful.
Wormhole sound.
It
Yeah.
wasn't
No,
helpful.
it was helpful.
You added
It was
the
funny.
little
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Whoa,
Thank
good
you.
acoustics.
Yeah.
For that.
Sorry makes a great alien voice.
Oh, she did the little.
The little-
she
yeah.
did that little
Mac.
Furby
Yeah.
voice.
And I got to do the. I always forget that I got to be the stewardess.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
so funny.
Oh,
in
that,
that.
that was so
the very
funny.
I got
pilot
to-
episode.
Well, you
It was
guys
really
have to
good.
say, Bam.
I miss her. I feel very.
She's great. She needs a
She'll
spin
come
off.
back.
I finally
She'll
fell
come
in
She
love
got a
with her.
spin-off.
That's what the
People are
comics.
clamoring for
The
Yeah.
that.
comics
It's
are going to be
only
about that
about-
It's
stewardess.
totally about her.
The space
It's a
flight
real
attendant.
stretch.
That's
Yeah.
the sci-fi.